Hey y'all, welcome to Misty Ridge Homestead. Thank you for joining us. If you're new, I'm so glad to have you, and I hope you'll subscribe and hang out with us. If you're not new, if you've been with me for a little bit, I am so grateful. My little channel is growing a little bit. It's growing kind of slow, but it's growing. Over the last 2 weeks, it's grown quite a bit. So I really do appreciate those of you who subscribe and take time to comment and share and all that kind of stuff. It means a lot to me. So thank you. So it is about the middle of August, and it is time to get rid of the lemons. All my sunflowers are in bloom. I planted a whole bed full of 8 different kinds of sunflowers in the garden, and they are all in bloom, and they are beautiful. So I brought in a bouquet of those, and I brought sunflowers, the artificial sunflowers, in to the house too. So I'm going to decorate the house in this last 2 weeks of August, all in dressed up in sunflowers. So lemons are gone, sunflowers are in, and we're doing sort of an end of summer transition to sunflowers, and then it'll be real easy to transition the sunflowers into fall, into real fall next month, when I actually start putting the pumpkins and all of that kind of stuff in, all the pumpkins and the different colored leaves. So I'm really excited to get that done. You'll also see some crafts that are done. I made a couple of wreaths, and my grandson helped me with a picture that I'll kind of explain to you what we did for that. So come on, let's take a look. Let me know if you like it. I'm really enjoying the sunflowers. I really like yellow. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. So going from lemons to sunflowers lets me keep like the yellow throw blankets and cushions, and just keep the yellow, I don't know, cake plates and that kind of stuff everywhere. So I really, really enjoy it. So come on and let's take a look and see what you think. Look at that beautiful sunflower bed. There's 8 different types in there, various colors and heights and tops. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the color in that. They make me so happy. They make me so happy. Those are beautiful. And there's one of those great big gigantic ones that are way taller than me. I brought in a really pretty bouquet. So far they're still looking really nice. They're a little droopy, but aren't they pretty? They just make you smile. Make you smile. But y'all, I've never did a fall or autumn tree like some folks do before. But I had this tree out in the garage. It's one that actually was free to us. The last house we moved into, it was left in the basement. It's real rustic. It's real small. And it's real old. But it's one I can manage, you know. So one of my grandsons ran out to the garage and brought it in for me. And here we are. We're going to decorate a fall tree. I wanted to do it just in sunflowers initially, and we'll probably transition it into a little more fall, with a lot more fall color in a couple of weeks when I start bringing in all the rest of the fall decor. But right now, I just did 1 strand of fairy lights. I'll probably do a lot more lights when we move into full-blown fall. But I just did 1 strand of fairy lights and sunflowers, and we're going to incorporate some 3 or 4 pumpkins, not many at this point, just some that I had handy that I could get to. And then maybe some dried flowers, and I'm thinking maybe going out and getting some pine cones and putting in there. And then, like I said, when we get ready to do full-blown fall, I'll go out and bring in, you know, fall colors, real leaves and that kind of thing, because I love decorating in the fall with leaves that have turned, real leaves that have turned all the beautiful, beautiful colors. You just can't find those colors anywhere except in God's nature. They're just beautiful. Just beautiful. But anyway, I was home by myself this evening, and I just turned on some music and had a really good time, just kind of decorating and playing. And then, you know, when I decided to go in there and get my hat, my cowboy hat, and put some sunflowers on it to top it off, I thought that made it just look really, really nice. What do you think? Do you guys do a fall tree? I know my daughter and my granddaughter, she's got a huge tree. It's like 10 foot tall. It's really, really tall. And they do a really full-blown fall tree, and I would imagine it's already up. I need to go over there and see, because I bet it's gorgeous right about now. Brooke, if you're watching, let me know if you've done your tree. So do you guys do a tree? And if you do you do full-blown fall? Or do you do it a little at a time and then transition it into more and more fall? So what's always in my head to do, like is sunflowers the end of August and partially into September, and then start slowly bringing out the pumpkins, and then you get into closer to October, then bringing in, more pumpkins, and then bringing in the turkeys for Thanksgiving, so it's a kind of a slow transition thing to do. And like I said, one of my favorite traditions that I enjoy doing, and where we live, it don't get cold until about November, so I don't get to do this until about November when the colors are really, really pretty here. But I go outside and bring in all kinds of dried florals that I can find, just dried grasses, and then I go pull limbs from different trees. We've got some Bradford pears, and they really do make some beautiful colors in the fall. God just pours all the different paint colors all over them in the fall. And then I've got some bald cypress, and they get a really, really, really red color. And I bring all of these in, and I do a great big huge floral arrangement, and then I just saturate it with the cheapest hairspray I can find. And and leaves. I bring in all the other just leaves from different other places, and pine cones, and all kinds of anything that's spent in the garden that has pretty color or that has a unique shape to it. I'll bring that in and make a pretty arrangement with it, and I just enjoy doing that so much. Maybe I'll video when I do it this year so you guys can see and see if it's something you'd like to do. But here I'm just decorating it's kind of a console table that's under the TV, and I just put a few sunflowers on it. I've got a really pretty church over on the end of that stays lit up. I got it at a yard sale or a thrift store for just a few bucks. I think I've told y'all before, most everything in my house is thrifted. I love thrifted decor. It makes me happy. It makes me super happy. And I keep meaning to move those. I've got those little yellow tulips that have been sitting there since spring, and I just can't make myself move them because they're such a pretty yellow color. Stick a few little sunflower bundles in my eucalyptus there. See if I can give it some shape. I actually ended up having to take that out and work on it some. But it's awfully pretty. It's about time to take the birdhouses out, though. And I love this great big mirror. And this painting, I wish I had painted it. I did not. I got this little painting at a yard sale for 50 cents. And I just love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, now this little project, my grandson's helping me with. I have a great big space over my couch that always needs a great big picture. And I don't have enough money to buy the great big pictures. I probably have told you guys this before. I used it in the last season, but with this I get a shower curtain. There's a shower curtain on Amazon that you can upload whatever picture you want to. You can customize it, and it's about $12. And I have an old picture frame here that I had used at Christmas and had like a silent night print in it, and I've used it for several years, and it's not pretty anymore. So I'm just stapling this great big huge shower curtain print on the top of it, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. It's a great big, really pretty, colorful rooster with sunflowers in it. So, like I said, I used it last month, I believe, with lemons, and then I ordered the rooster this time. Now, when we go into full-blown fall, I have a gorgeous, huge picture that I got for $20 at Goodwill, I think, a year ago, and that'll come out. But for now, I think this is going to be really pretty. And I never know when you order these things, a customizable print like this on like a shower curtain. I thought it would be real pixelated. It's not. It looks really nice. The only thing is it has a few wrinkles in it. So I tried to get it on here really, really tight with a staple gun. But when it's all said and done, we ended up having to take a steamer to it, and that fixed it. It was perfect. It was perfect. Now, if I wanted to really put some time into this, if I was going to keep it in this, I think ultimately I want to use this this size picture, and I can change out different shower curtain prints on it as I need to. But if I wanted to do it and frame it, I could actually probably paint some Mod Podge over this, and it would give it a really nice painted texture, I think. I think it would look really nice. So let me know, if you guys tried this? And if you hadn't, do you think it's a good idea, or is it just silly? Either way, I like it. It makes me happy. A big old colorful rooster in my living room with all these sunflowers just makes my heart sing. So I like it. Won't be up but a couple of weeks at this point, but I like it anyway. And then when I'm done, I can take them down. I can take and staple it and take it off, and I can fold it up and put them away. And I can have a collection of these if I want to. I'm thinking in the spring I may do peonies, or maybe roses in the summer. I could do when I do roses. Sometimes I have a bunch of like coastal beach decor, and sometimes in the summer I pull all that out, and I could see me doing a really pretty beach picture with this too, or maybe just seashells. Or sometimes I take a photo, but having those things sized up to the size that you need can be super expensive. So a $12 shower curtain that you can have printed with what you want to on that's pretty neat. And frankly, you could just having been able to print a shower curtain, there are times when that would be nice too, just to get the idea that you have in your head on a shower curtain. So I thought this was a rather ingenious idea. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know. Does anybody else decorate with sunflowers? Or do y'all just go straight into fall with the leaves and everything, pumpkins and turkeys and everything? So I'm contemplating doing something different as I get close to Thanksgiving this year, and doing some like old-fashioned pheasant type pictures. That's just something I'm thinking about. I don't know. We will see. I don't have any pheasant decor per se. I don't have like any like a ceramic pheasant or anything like that, so I'd have to start from scratch with that. But that's how you get to these places sometimes. So it looks like I'm having some trouble getting this one stapled on here, but it really didn't take us but about, I don't know, well, I mean, you're watching it live, 10 minutes or so to get it all stapled on here. There's actually a frame under this. If I wanted to take the frame off and wrap it, I could do that, and it would probably look nicer. And maybe I'll try that next time. But this picture has a tiny bit of a warp to it, so that's why I didn't do that. So you can get a little sneak peek there at how pretty it's going to be. And then Logan, my grandson's going to hang it for me, and you'll get to see what it looks like. I love roosters. Currently we have more roosters than we need in the chicken yard. Currently we have about 4, and they tend to fight when you have that many. So we have more roosters than we need. I need to find homes for at least 2 of them. And here we go. Up, over the couch it goes. Excuse the little paint spot there. We were painting and started to paint that wall and realized that didn't match the color. So we're going to have to go back and get some of the right color paint and try again, or either paint the whole wall the darker shade. I'm not sure. I may go with the darker shade. I like it. I think it's kind of cozy. But isn't that a pretty rooster? He's still crooked, but isn't he pretty with the sunflowers there? I mean, honestly, I could have gone bigger here, couldn't I? I could have gone quite a bit bigger. You gotta get back over here, and Logan says, "Yeah, it's still crooked, Gee. You gotta fix it." But we had fun. I always like it when any of the grandkids can help me do stuff. It makes life easier if you have strong boys and girls to help with stuff, you know. And I have a kind of a golden yellow throw that I've had over my rocker, and I've decided I'm going to put it on the table and use it as a tablecloth for now. It's not square, it's rectangle, but I think that's okay for my little table. I think that's going to be absolutely fine for my little table. And then I've got a candle that I'll put on here, I love flameless, flickering candles. Real candles give me a headache lately. They haven't always, but they do over the last couple of years. And I love candles so much. So I have got those flameless candles all over my house. Years ago, I would buy them. You could buy them in a 30-pack. And I think there was some patent thing with the original creator of the flameless flickering candles. And so you can't find the kind I have anymore. They have just a different kind, and I don't like them as well. So occasionally I can find them at yard sales, though. But anyway, I have a new one that's going in here, a big one. It has 3 wicks in it, and it's so pretty. And I love them because you can set them on a timer, and when you have they're battery operated. So every night at 5:30, from 5:30 to 9:30, all of the candles in my house come on, and it just makes my heart happy. And then I'm going to continue using, I have some sunflower plates. I just haven't been out to the garage to find them. So for now, I'm going to use these. They have yellow flowers on them and bees. And I think for the time being, I'm just going to continue to use those. I've got another great, big, huge sunflower painting that I painted that I need to go out to the garage and bring in. But by the time I get it in, it'll be time to take it out. I've started the transition to fall a little late. I probably should have started it a little closer to the beginning of August. This Logan, you see he's got the steamer in his hand where he just finished steaming the rooster picture. That was a good little trick, because even when we had it pulled real tight, it still had some wrinkles till he used the steamer on it, and that fixed it. It needed a sunflower. I had to go find a sunflower, an extra one to put over there to finish it off. But that looks nice. I like how it turned out. I may go get the other sunflower plates, though, and bring them in. I probably will. Now here I'm going to make a wreath. I took the lemons off of this wreath. Sometimes I keep the wreaths I make and use them year to year. And other times since I just use hot glue for whatever I'm putting on it, I can take it off. Sometimes I don't even use hot glue. Sometimes I just stick them in there, like what I'm doing in this case. These I can just stick in the grapevine wreath, and it'll stay without a whole lot of hot glue. I think I had to use hot glue a time or two, but I need a bow. I'm going to have to find a pretty yellow bow, but I'm just going to put the sunflowers in here, and it'll make a really pretty wreath. And like you can just then I can transition this to fall. I can take out the sunflowers and take out some of the greenery, and then add in some different colored leaves and pine cones and all of the items that say fall. And I can just make a different wreath out of the same wreath. I can just have a different look. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy little crafty things like this. I'm not extremely creative, but I do like to do small, easy, crafty things. Like wrapping a shower curtain around a frame or poking sunflowers in a wreath. That makes for something that's really easy and pretty, I think. And I already had the base of this one because of the lemons, and I just took out the lemons and the lemon leaves that I had in there and just added sunflowers. A lot of times I'll buy wreath bases at the Goodwill or yard sales. You can get them for 50 cents, you know. Sometimes they're worn, and you can take off the old florals that are on there, and, you know, if they're bad, just throw them away and just put fresh new ones in there. You can also find different florals at yard sales and thrift stores too. I went looking for sunflowers. I ended up having to buy sunflowers, but I couldn't find any that I liked. And I had an idea. Saw something on Pinterest that I really liked where they had a basket on the door, and so that's what I'm trying to do here. And it turned out real nice, but somewhere I've got a different basket that would have worked better because it's designed for the door. This one, it was really not, so I had to kind of make it work. But it did still turned out nice. I just put some grocery bags in the bottom. I couldn't find any styrofoam. Normally I keep that kind of stuff, but I didn't have any, so I just stuffed the bottom full of grocery bags and just poked my sunflowers where I wanted them to be and hung it on the door, and it looked real nice. I did make a big old mess getting this done because this basket had styrofoam in it had really old styrofoam in it for something else, and I had to take it out to start from scratch here with this. Some animal must have been barking or carrying on out there, and I had to see what was going on. What do you think? Turned out pretty nice? I like it. Sunflowers everywhere. I just put them everywhere. And this was at night. Isn't that pretty, y'all? Check out the bees. Oh, and I made a peach pie, homemade crust and all, and I used a sunflower cutout, and it turned out wonderful. It was both delicious and pretty. I almost hated to cut it, but cut it I did, and we ate it. Well, thank you guys for coming along and taking a look at our sunflower little cottage. We'll see you next time. Y'all be blessed.